Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. In today's video, we are going to be doing a couple of fall DIYs. I'm excited to share everything with you guys. If you want to see what we get into, go ahead and keep watching. All right, y'all, so first we're gonna start with the paste for the paper mache. We're gonna use equal parts flour and equal parts water. I'm using 1/3 cup flour and 1/3 cup water. You want your paste to come out the same consistency as a regular like school glue, like Elmer's glue, and this is the consistency right here. We will be needing paper brown lunch bags or any type of paper that you have laying around. This is the paper that they give you from Hobby Lobby when you get something that's glass and they wrap it in, or you can use newspaper, scissors, a paintbrush, balloons, and you just need as many balloons as you're gonna make pumpkins. So for now, we're just probably gonna use 2, but I just got the pack of balloons from Dollar Tree. Then of course our paper mache mixture, some tape, and some twine or yarn, whatever you have. Now we're just gonna cut our paper into strips. You wanna cut them into about 3-inch long strips, maybe by about 1 inch or 2 inches thick. You'll wanna have several pieces of tape cut out. As you'll see in the next couple of clips, you're gonna be taping down the twine onto the balloon, that way it doesn't move on you. Next, you're gonna blow up your balloon and don't tie it off, just put a piece of tape around it to hold the air in it. And now you're gonna start wrapping your twine around your balloon. You wanna wrap it in a pattern that a pumpkin would have, so just crisscrossing it at the bottom and bringing it up to make individual slices. And then you're going to want to tape it. So make sure that you tape the bottom and tape each little slice where you want it to be of the twine on the balloon. You're going to remove the tape that was holding the air in the balloon and you're going to blow the balloon up. That way the twine leaves little indentations in the balloon. And this time you want to tie the balloon off. And now our balloon pumpkin is ready to be paper mached. Now to apply the paper mache, you're gonna use your paintbrush, you're gonna dip it into the mixture of the paper mache, you're gonna wipe it on your balloon and then put a piece of your scrap paper on top and wipe more paste on top of that. You're gonna keep repeating that process until the balloon is covered in full with the paper mache. Now once the balloon is covered, you're going to tie a piece of twine to the top of it, that way you can hang it up and let it dry. And of course, y'all know we have to get some puppy playtime in while we wait for the pumpkins to dry. Once your pumpkin has dried for a couple of hours, you want to go ahead and apply a second coat, just doing the exact same thing we did the first time around. And back out to dry it goes. And now we're going to go ahead and get started on the stems. For the stems, you're going to need aluminum foil, your paintbrush again, and some Mod Podge, and some brown paper bag. And some scissors. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut a piece of the aluminum foil out. Then we're going to cut our brown paper bag. You want to cut the bottom part off of the paper bag. Then you want to go ahead and cut this part of the paper bag. That way you just have one straight piece of the brown paper bag. Now I realize this is going to be a little bit too long, so I'm going to cut mine to be a little bit shorter. Now all you want to do is you're going to apply your Mod Podge and you're just going to go ahead and paintbrush it on completely. Now that it's fully covered, you're just going to start rolling it and you're going to roll the whole thing up. Now that it's rolled up, you can apply some more Mod Podge if you feel like you need to. And all we're going to do from here is we're just going to start rolling up our already rolled brown paper bag and make it look like a stem, so you can roll it however you want. I'm going to cut this bottom part off. And then I'm just going to open it up, that way it looks like the actual part of the stem, the top of the pumpkin, where the stem starts. and just keep fidgeting with it until you're happy with it. And that's it. Now you can just go ahead and let that part dry overnight.
All right, y'all, so the pumpkins dried overnight. I put a second coat on them and they dried overnight, so they're completely dry now. So now we can get to painting and then adding the Mod Podge stems that we made to them.
So I just wanted to note that depending on what type of paper you're using for your paper mache, it might take more than 2 coats. Mine only took 2 coats, but every material is going to be different. So just make sure before you take the top of the balloon off that your balloon feels hard and not like it's going to cave in on itself. Now the colors that I'm going to use are going to be this Americana Deco art, this is burnt orange, and this chalky finish paint in Whisper.
So now that our pumpkins are dry, I'm gonna add the Mod Podge stem, and just to give it a little bit something extra, I'm gonna add some extra leaves and little pip berries that I had left over from last year.
And now the best part of any DIY, time to decorate.
Alright, so now that that DIY is done, let's get to working on our next DIY, which is going to be a little pipberry wreath.
So to make this wreath, we're going to need a grapevine wreath form. This one is from Hobby Lobby. It was $5.99. And of course, we're going to need some berries. These were picks that were in the fall section of Hobby Lobby, $1.99 each, of course 40% off. And then I just grabbed this garland. This was $11.99 with 40% off as well. So what I'm going to do is just start to put the little berries around the wreath and use my floral wire to attach them to the wreath. You want to make sure that they're overlapping because you want your wreath to look nice and full. Now I'm going to start clipping pieces off of the garland and attaching those as well. Those I'm just sticking into the grapevine. I am not using any more floral wire. So here you can just be creative with as many berries as you want. Just keep adding until you feel like it's full enough for you. What I ended up doing towards the end is having the last couple of picks that I had, I cut them in half. That way I could put them on the sides just to make the wreath look a little bit bigger than it was. And now that it's all done, I am going to go ahead and use the floral wire that's on the back to attach this ribbon. That way I can hang it from my blanket ladder.
Now that we put the pipberry wreath on on, I'm gonna decorate the rest of my blanket ladder. We are gonna start with this basket right here. I found this basket at a little thrift store. I do have some berries in it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep them in there, but let's go ahead and hang this on the blanket ladder, and I'm gonna use some floral wire to hang it. So now that the basket is attached, I'm just gonna add a pumpkin, and this is a pick from Hobby Lobby. I just took the bottom part that would have made it a pick out, and I'm gonna add a pine cone, and then I'm gonna add this greenery from Hobby Lobby. And last but not least, for my blanket ladder, I'm going to be adding this basket right here. I got this basket at Savers. I think it's to hold wine bottles. I'm not sure, but I thought it was really cute. So I'm gonna attach this with floral wire as well. So now to that basket, I am going to be adding this greenery right here and this pumpkin. It's another one of the picks from Hobby Lobby. Alright, so I hope that you all enjoyed that pipberry wreath DIY and decorating my blanket ladder. Up next, we have something different, something interesting. The top of your candle lids. What do you do with them? Do you do anything with them? I found this idea on Facebook where you make a little floral arrangement on top of the lid of your candle. That way, when you light your candle, your little top will be a beautiful floral arrangement that you can have next to your candle. So let's go ahead and get into this DIY.
So for this last DIY, you're going to need, of course, your candle top, some foam, a pick of your choice. I'm going to use this pumpkin from Hobby Lobby, and whatever greenery or florals that you want to use. You're going to measure out your foam and cut it to the size of the top of your candle lid, and you're going to go ahead and hot glue it to the top of your candle lid. Now you can add your pumpkin, and then you can just start going crazy with all of your greenery. Just add it however you want to add it in, however you like, whatever you want it to look like. I decided to use some of the scraps that I had from last year or just other projects that I had laying around just to make it look really nice and full. So I really enjoyed doing this project because I liked that I could add my own florals in and just make it look really cohesive with the rest of the fall colors that I have going on in my house. So for example, if you use neutrals or you use blues, you can add those types of colors into your arrangement, and then your whole house just looks really nice and cohesive with all of your fall colors.
Alright y'all, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed and got inspired by the DIYs. If you did, leave me a like. Let me know down in the comments. Are you excited for fall? Are you excited to start decorating, taking your stuff out, looking at your inventory of fall decorations? I know that I am. So let me know down in the comments below if you're just as excited as I am, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.